Let's get back to other matters, shall we? Because we have the European Cup draws take place yesterday, and both Manchester City and Arsenal have discovered who their opponents will be in the Champions League quarter-finals yesterday. Pep Guardiola's side will face Real Madrid, while the Gunners will face Bayern Munich. It means that the England captain, an old foe of perhaps of Arsenal, Harry Kane, will return to North London for the first time since leaving Spurs in the summer. I imagine for some Arsenal fans, you have the delight of getting past Porto in the way they did with that penalty shootout. And then you see you're drawn against Bayern Munich, who, as we know, what was it, 6-time European champions? Is something like that?
Yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah.
So you've got a team with massive European pedigree, with also Harry Kane now in their ranks, who's enjoying life in Germany as well. Their excitement might have just lessened slightly just because of who they were drawn against.
Yeah, and look, it's a great fixture. Bayern ain't as good as what they were last year, even though Harry's had a tremendous season. Yeah. He's walked into a club that's got difficulties. They're not quite, I look at Josh Kimmich's not quite the player he was. You look at the injuries they've had. Kingsley Coman's been out. He could be back quite soon. Obviously, Gnabry's been out for a while as well. He's coming back. Sane, Musiala's a really terrific footballer. Yeah. Very, very gifted. They just haven't gelled well. Defensively, you can get at them. I've seen them concede a lot of goals this year. I've watched quite a bit of Bayern. Keeper's not quite as good, Neuer. Again, he's 37, something like that. It's a great opportunity for Arsenal. I really believe Declan Rice will step up as the reason they bought him, to show his qualities, because I think he can win the midfield battle alongside whether it's obviously Odegaard, whether it's Jorginho, Havertz. I think they can win it in that area.
Likewise, though, Harry Kane will be looking at this draw and thinking, there's extra motivation there. All the teams to have got against your former North London rivals.
Yeah. Shall I just give a warning to our Arsenal fans?
Go on.
Don't sing you've gone to Bayern and you've won.
Yeah, don't.
Okay. Don't wind Harry up. Yeah. Just keep it low-key, right? Because he can punish you, as he's done before.
I think he's scored 14 goals in 19 games in all competitions when it comes to Arsenal. So, he knows where the back of the net is when it comes to facing Arsenal. There will be no Bayern fans at the Emirates Stadium. They were handed a ban from attending the away leg of their Champions League quarter-final tie because of their supporters throwing fireworks onto the pitch during their 3-1 win at Lazio earlier this month. Does that some way help Arsenal a little bit more as well?
Yeah, it generate an even better atmosphere, but I don't think... watching Arsenal the other night... in a very difficult game, by the way, against Porto. What a tough game that was. A lot of fouls, a lot of stops in the match. It'll be rocking again at the Emirates. So all things are good at the moment there. So I actually think Arsenal will beat them. I think they'll knock them out. Okay.
So if they knock them out, they will then play the winner.
It's Man City. I'm not even Real Madrid. I'm not... You go through the Real Madrid team, have a look who played last year. When they got beat 4-0 at the Etihad, it's nearly most of the players that are still there now. Okay?
Yep.
If Man City absolutely have to be at their worst not to beat Real Madrid. They really would.
So that would then mean it would be City against Arsenal in the semi-final of the Champions League, which obviously is exciting. And then guarantees a Premier League side in the final as well. So by the sound of it, are you suggesting City can walk through Real Madrid?
Yeah. They drew 1-1 in the away game last year. And then I watched their home game.
But obliterated them.
They got 4-0 and Bernardo Silva got a couple. They literally run through them. If you look at their team, there's still Carvajal, there's still Mendy, there's still Nacho, Rudiger. Rudiger's probably their best defender. They've still got Toni Kroos in the team.
Yeah, but they have got one gem that's new.
Bellingham, Bellingham's a big one. Bellingham in, so is Vinicius Junior. But Kyle Walker handled Vinicius Junior brilliantly last year.
Bellingham's different.
He is, but I don't believe that him on his own can make them... Look, he's a great player and he can make a huge difference to Madrid. But I think Rodri, the holding midfielder if he sees Bellingham go, he'll go with him. And he's got that physique as well to stop him. I think City will be comfortably go through that tie. It's whether Arsenal can overcome, but I do think for me, it's more likely Arsenal versus City semi-final.
Oh, fascinating. And the other ties, by the way, AC Milan taking on Roma No, that's the Europa League draw. What am I talking
Europa
about?
League,
I do apologise. No, it's not. It's Atletico Madrid against Borussia Dortmund and PSG Barcelona.
I watched Dortmund the other night. I don't know how they got through their tie, but they did. And Atletico had got the best draw. Dortmund were the best team to play in the last 8.
Oh, there you go. Right. But as you say, you think both English sides in the Champions League will get through and we'll have an all-English semi-final to look forward to in the Champions League. OK, we'll talk about the other European draws a little bit later on. I'm sure you want to have a word about Liverpool.
Yeah.
They eased past Sparta Prague, didn't they?
Just.
All right. Just. But that was a look at some of the latest football news, all thanks to The Sun.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.